I've been getting a lot of comments here and there about the build that I am using inside of Borderlands 4. So we are gonna just take a quick moment to go over the build. Okay, now keep in mind, the build is not 100% complete. I am still workshopping it a bit. There's a few things here and there, but as you'll see from the gameplay that my editor will provide, it kills everything just fine. This is gonna be primarily the red tree. Chroma accelerator is gonna be your bread and butter. The way this thing is gonna work, you fire this thing at a bunch of enemies, the damage that it deals will amplify your gun. So you want to find a way to amp the chroma accelerator as much as possible. So we're going to start off with 5 points into field ready prototype. That is going to make the chroma accelerator do more damage, which when combined with the neutron capture, that will amp your damage. Next up, we're going to go into elementary, which increases elemental and status effect damage. Elemental damage is going to help you, and it's going to help your main chroma accelerator. Next, we're going to go for enriched, which is 42% radiation damage, which the chroma accelerator does mostly radiation damage. So this is just another modifier for it. Next up, we got poisoned sun. This increases radiation damage and irradiation chance even more, giving more damage to your chroma accelerator. Next, we go into chain reactor, which deals bonus radiation damage to entangled enemies. Guess what? Your chroma accelerator, it entangles enemies. And when an entangled enemy is hit, they'll take even more damage, further amping you. I also go ahead and take dirty bomb as well in the red tree, just because it's a single point investment and some extra radiation damage, but this one can honestly be repositioned to wherever you want it. I do put 2 points into fissile launcher. Whenever you damage an irradiated enemy or an entangled enemy, you'll shoot a radiation dart at another enemy. So this is just more extra damage whenever you're already hitting things that are irradiated. I go ahead and grab demon core here, and what this does is as the chroma accelerator travels, it will shoot out little radiation spikes. Those radiation spikes not only do damage and amp up the whole neutron capture, it works best if you can shoot the accelerator physically through the enemy, because once the ball is inside the enemy, it will hit every single shot that it's it's firing off darts in every single direction. Think of it as like a little spinning blender, and you want to get that blender inside the boss. That'll make every single dart hit and massively increase your damage. I also go ahead and put 2 points into practical applications for more skill damage. This is just leftover points that I ended up having. These can be moved if you find somewhere else to put them. Moving over to the green tree, we're going to start with 5 points in momentum, which increases your critical hit damage by 25%. Since I have a knife that makes all damage crit damage, might as well take 25% more crit damage. It's really good. We have neutron decay, which whenever Harlowe irradiates an enemy, which we're doing constantly, you gain 10% gun damage per stack, up to 5 stacks. So that's another 50% gun damage. We'll also go into resonance cascade. Whenever Harlowe deals radiation damage to an enemy, she increases her action skill damage. That radiation ball is now going to scale itself. We also have confirmative reality. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, allies restore a portion of their action skill per shot. Honestly, this one can be changed up a little bit. You don't need to put 3 points in here. It's just something I sort of took. Really, you only need to have the resonance cascade. Confirmative reality, I've honestly found to be more for fighting just the bosses in case a big boss doesn't die to one blast, which he usually does. And then for the last 5 points, we take pulse drive here for some action skill cooldown rate. So the main way this works, you fire off your accelerator, you get a bunch of damage, you can now kill everything and kill bosses. Now, as far as gear that goes well with this, I personally like the convergence. The convergence is a really good item because since you're giving yourself flat amp damage, you want as many projectiles as you possibly can. That's what works best with Harlowe, is just a ton of projectiles. You can find the convergence all the way at the tippy top of the map, you're looking for Bramble Song. Ideally, you want to get radiation with Jacob's parts to make crits also cause ricocheting. That's your god roll. That's what you're looking for. Good luck on it. I managed to find just a radiation shotgun with some nice little mods on it, but you're looking for Jacob's. For your syringe, I like to go for the triple bypass, which that one comes from Back Hive here in the Fadelands. I also go ahead and throw on a Deadeye attachment onto it. We'll go over those in a second, but for the triple bypass, you're looking for one with accelerator, so that way when you activate it, you get 100% skill cooldown, because you're pretty much only limited by how many times you can throw out chroma accelerators. So skill cooldown's like your #1 stat. For your ordnance, I like to go the vampiric vivisecting knife. This thing's ridiculous. You toss the knife at an enemy, not only will they all be crit now, but they also take 15% more damage on top of it. It just makes everything stupidly easy to take down. Even if they're resistant to your damage, you throw a knife at it, you're good to go. As far as where to get this knife, good luck. It comes from anywhere. Your best chance to find it is wherever you're getting the most loot, because really this is just pulling the RNG lottery lever every 5 minutes and just hoping that you find the knife. There's no dedicated location to finding this thing. For class mod, I went for a focused chemist. The reason I go chemist is because chemist is the one that can spawn elementary, enriched, and poison sun, which all benefit the chroma accelerator and your main source of damage. So you're looking for chemist specifically. That's going to be the one you want. I rolled it with 25% damage reduction, 20% movement speed, and 45% shotgun damage. Nowhere near a god roll by any means, but chemist in general is the one you're looking for. It may not be called focused chemist, but chemist is the one you're looking for. For the shield, I go for the firework shield, because killing one enemy and then that enemy killing more enemies is always nice. It just turns your game into Risk of Rain 2. Super good on that one. And then we've got a calculating prestigial uptick. This is going to be really more for what you want specifically. The convergence kind of kicks like a horse, so this thing had 75% shotgun accuracy on it, as well as gun critical damage, so I really did enjoy having those two modifiers on it. But this is hardly a god roll in terms of stats, so you can definitely get much better enhancements. Typically for enhancements, you're looking for action skill cooldown, action skill damage, maybe just flat critical damage if you can find it. Those are the kind of stats, or just flat elemental damage. Those are kind of like the things you're really looking for to try and get, you know, a little bit of a buff. Now for firmware, there's really only one you need to go for. That's Deadeye. Gives you gun accuracy, gun crit, and every single crit buffs all crit damage, which when you combine that with the all hits are crits for 5 seconds, it buffs your chroma, it buffs your main gun, it just makes life easy. And then we come down to specializations. Now I'm still working on specializations, but I can tell you which ones to go for specifically. You're gonna want to try and go for a honed mind. This is gonna be the #1 skill in order to even make this even better, because it gives action skill crit damage. You're also gonna want I am a gun, which makes your chroma accelerator benefit from all of your gun damage skills. You've also got now with caffeine to give you rep kit activation, and this will also give you action skill cooldown. Now in order to go down this tree, you're gonna need to put at least 10 points into runner and 10 points into sharpshooter so that you can start going down this tree to get to daredevil. I was going some really weird way, but I would also recommend putting 20 points into brute so that you can get riddle you this. This is just 50% more damage. Really good one here. And then you don't really need to bother with survivor or gadgeteer, because this isn't really an ordnance based build or anything like that. And that will pretty much sum up most of the build. I hope you enjoy the build. Like I said, still workshopping it, not nearly got god rolls yet, but a lot of people have been asking for my build, and that's what we've been rocking with. So let me know if it's something you enjoy, and I will be making more builds for each of the different characters as well. Thanks for watching.